Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something very exciting. Right here is my 2016 BMW M3, and I may have gone a little bit crazy and decided to LS swap it. So here our LS3 engine sits. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this thing, built top to bottom. This thing right here is rated, what do you say, Nate? Probably about 400 wheel horsepower.
100%. 100%. I mean, that's easy. This motor stock will push 400 horsepower, up to 500 with the cam. But considering we've got a stage 4 cam, got CNC heads, they're completely ported.
Show them the heads, man. Show them the heads. Look at that head. Beautiful. Beautiful. Like I said, this thing is completely built. We waited for, I'd say probably like 4 months for this engine. We ordered it from a company out of Spokane, Washington. They're called the Hot Rod Company. They build hundreds of motors every single month, and they seem to do a pretty good job from what I'm looking at. If the engine is as good on the inside as it looks on the outside, I have very high faith in this particular unit. So what we need to do, we need to go ahead and pull that tired old block out of here. We used this block as a mock setup while we waited for the engine to get built. So we've got our motor mounts mounted up. We've got our transmission adapter plate on. We've basically got the engine sitting in the vehicle the way it needs to sit. And a couple of things that we still need to do is relocate the steering brackets, because we are doing an E90 power steering rack swap, simply because this car has an electric steering rack and the E90 has a power steering rack, which will bolt up nicely right to this pump. And we will not have to mess with any electronics, and we will have power steering. So also going to sell the steering rack from the M3. So if anybody out there needs a rack, it's a really good rack. It's got like 45,000 miles on it. There's no damage to it. And it comes with just the steering rack and no tie rods. So you'll have to get your own outer tie rods. But anyways, hit me up either in the comment section or on Instagram at 23rd_garage. Let me know if you need it. I'll give you a good deal. We'll work something out. But today what we need to do, we need to go ahead and pull that block out. We'll take the front end of the car off. We'll pull the block out. We've got a bunch of wiring and stuff that we need to do inside the transmission. Very important, very tedious stuff that needs to be done. And then of course we will make the engine and stick it all back in there. The headers were supposed to be here today. The power steering rack is supposed to be here today, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. If that does happen, we'll get a little bit more progress done today, but if not, we'll have to wait till Monday to get all that stuff in. But for now, I'm really hoping that power steering rack comes in, because then we can get all that taken care of and actually get the motor set inside the car.
Yes, sir.
So let's get crack-a-lackin'. Think it'll be all right still?
I mean, you're still moving it. Maybe they'll be all right.
I think they'll be all right.
Yeah?
Wait, I just read a comment. Put some new wheels on the engine hoist. Fine, we'll do it. We are set up. I don't know what happened back here. It's very odd. But you think it'll work still?
I think it'll work.
All right, so we got the engine out and we've got everything split apart. Now it's time to go ahead and install the Mechatronics back inside the transmission. And this is basically the part that shifts the gears in the car. So if you look at this right here, you'll see a lot of crazy wires everywhere. And that's where Seems Legit Garage soldered all these wires into all the little shift solenoids, and this is going to help us control this transmission with the GCU.
And check this out, what's nice is there's zero soldering on our end. You just have to stick these pins into the actual plug.
I thought you just said that there's a little bit of soldering.
On this end, but on this plug right here, you have to solder the wires back.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a big operation.
So how does one know where each one of these wires goes?
You see where it goes there. So then you put it into the, you can just watch his tutorial.
No, I get that you see where it goes there, but then how do you know where this goes?
Into the connector.
But where?
To the number. Everything corresponds to a number.
Where's the number on here?
There is no number on there.
So you have to literally be a beast.
You just have to be paying attention.
All right, guys, so check it out. Nate got the entire, what is this thing? Mechatronics?
Yes, sir.
Got the entire Mechatronics all installed into the transmission, and look how he routed all the wires. He soldered everything, got shrink wrap tubing on everything. Everything is soldered, plugged in, routed, super clean. Look at that. There is no way that's getting caught up in anything. All the wires are the exact length that they need to be, and it's looking very professional. As a professional, I would be happy with this sort of installation right here. As you guys can see, everything is perfect. Now we just need to clean the gasket area real good. And I was thinking Nate gave me the idea, well, dang, sir, motorcycles. We need to clean the gasket area really good, because what you want is you want this to be really dry, that to be really dry, and that's going to create a dry connection. You want to keep all your gasket areas super dry. You don't want any oil anywhere. All right, so we got the oil pan all cleaned up and we got it installed onto the transmission. I went ahead and tightened it down with a half a Ooga Dooga. I think that's plenty. We don't have a torque wrench, so I think that'll be fine. We need to go ahead now and clean up this entire area and start mating the transmission with the engine. So we're gonna get the area cleaned up and then we're gonna get jumped on that. All right, guys, so we got everything cleaned up and now we are ready to go ahead and install the flywheel onto our LS3 engine. I don't think it should be very complicated at all. And so now we are going to install the flywheel. You want to always tighten this stuff in sequence. So we got the transmission all mated up and we've got the mil-spec connector here connected for the GCU, and now we are ready to go ahead and pop this thing in there. Hopefully this Harbor Freight load leveler works out good. We did actually add a strap right here just for added strength purposes. You know, you can't always trust everything made in China. So let's get this thing in and see what happens. All right, come in. All right, go up. Guys, look at that. We got the motor in, and I have to say, it fits in there absolutely amazing. All the clearances are perfect. Look right here. You got a whole hand, you know, you can stick a whole finger in there. Look at that. And then down here, same thing, oil pan, you can stick a whole finger in there and through here, and it just fits good. And look, the accessory drive does not go past the frame rails, which is a rule of thumb, by the way, in case anybody was wondering about that. You don't ever want your accessory drive going past your frame rails. I don't know, I just made that up, but that sounds legit, so we're just gonna go with it. And it's looking really good. Nate went ahead and painted the motor mounts. I'm not really keen on the color white. I was hoping them to be black so it looked like the motor was floating, but I guess we'll go with white. Whatever, it's done already. We're not taking them back out. But man, it looks so freaking good. Nate, what is the next step here? What are we doing?
I want to put the front end together just so we can see how everything fits up.
Just to see all the tolerances, you know, that German engineering with American muscle, it takes a lot to get right.
But really the next step is going to be to put the coil packs on, put the injectors on, to get the factory fuel system bolted up. We're waiting on parts for that, so we can't really do the fuel system until we get that. But we could just put on like the coil packs, maybe route the wiring harness, see what's going on there, and I mean, we'll be ready to start in no time.
I mean, pretty soon, really soon.
So let's get the front end back on and just see how it looks.
Yep. All right, so we got the engine into the car. It's sitting on its mounts, and we went ahead and put the front end on it, just kind of loosely laid it on, everything on there just to see all the clearances. And man, I have to say, I am so happy with the way everything is set up. Look at this huge space right here. It's perfect for a radiator. We've got plenty of room for radiators and stuff. And the motor just sits in the engine bay so perfectly. All the spaces around it are even almost like this thing was built for an LS engine. Super happy with it, man. Everything is turning out really nice. We've got it bolted. Well, we don't have it bolted, but it's sitting on the mounts. If you look down in there, you'll see we're sitting on the mounts. We just need to bolt it down. Now, basically what we need to do, we need to wait on our headers and our power steering rack, which is coming in on Monday. So sometime in the following next week, we will be getting all that together. And after we get the headers on there, you know, we're gonna be cranking this thing up. So I'm thinking in the next video, you guys are gonna see some smoke puffing out of this thing. We do have to build an entire custom exhaust, which is not a big deal. We've already got all the pipes and everything for it. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm thinking straight pipes, but I don't know. I was talking to some people and they said they might be a little bit too loud. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I straight pipe it? Should I put mufflers on it? Should I use a BMW muffler? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I'm always open to inputs and advice from you guys. You guys know that I love hearing what you guys have to say. So let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know what you guys think about this build, because this is something really crazy. Not a lot of people have done this. Actually, no one has done this to a M3. A lot of people have been hating on me and telling me, oh, there's plenty of them out there. No, there's not. There's not even one. Find me one. If you can find me one F80 M3 with an LS engine sitting in it and it's running, I don't even care if it's running. If it's at least in there, bolted up like this, I'll give you $100. Easy 100. Easy 100 right there. But anyway, huge shout out to Hot Rod Company, man. They really came through with the engine. Everything is exactly how we wanted it to be. There's a couple of modifications, obviously, that we will have to do that we did not foresee when we were ordering the engine. But so far, everything is exactly how we want it. And honestly, if we really wanted to, we could start this thing up right now, couldn't we?
I mean, yeah, if we really cranked and got on it, I mean, we could slap those headers on.
Yeah, because we could run across the street, we could get a starter, and we could just crank this thing up. But we have a starter on the way, we have headers on the way. We kind of want to just go ahead and do everything that way. If we do crank it up and we want to drive it down the road, we'll be able to do that, because you know how it is. Once you start working on something, you got to get it done. Because if you don't, it's always going to be halfway done, which is going to suck. But man, it's coming together so nice, guys. Just look at that. Like, you have to admit, that looks really good. Nate, give him a real good shot from the front, top view, bird's eye, eagle, bald eagle view. You see that? Look how freaking awesome that looks. It's a freaking beast. All I can say is it's a beast. I'm just so happy. And huge shout out to Nate, man. Without Nate, none of this would have been possible. You know, Nate facilitated all of this right here. He got the engine, he got the transmission adapter stuff in. He also wired all that stuff up. And the reason why I'm giving him all the credit, because when something messes up, we're gonna blame him.
Yeah, we're gonna blame whoever built it.
We're gonna blame the guy that did it all. See, that's how you do it, man. You gotta what's it called? You gotta delegate everything. That way in the end, you can just LLC, Limited Liability Corporation over here. But I'm just kidding. Nothing's gonna happen. This thing is gonna be perfect. I think it's gonna just crank up and it's gonna blow the tires off from here all the way up 23rd Street. I promise you that. And I will do that. I will roast the tires clean off the back of this, because that's the American way. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, for liking, for supporting. It's all because of you guys that this is possible. All the money we've spent on this so far is because of you guys. So we are really appreciative. We love each and every one of you guys. And also, I want to give a little shout out to one of my buddies who is doing something really cool in his garage. I want you guys, if you've stuck around this long in the video, that means you're an OG and you want to jump over there and check out his channel. I convinced him to start his own YouTube channel, and so you guys need to go over there and check it out. Give him some support. Maybe hit that subscribe button. You know, give him some motivation, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. So Spectrum Motors, I'm gonna drop the link in the description. Guys, go check him out. Don't sleep on that guy, man. He is doing something absolutely insane. He's doing something I've always wanted to do, never been able to do it. So the man's living my dream. I think that you guys should also be in on it, because one day I believe that he will be a very big car manufacturer, and you know, we'll be able to sit back and be like, you know what? We knew that guy when he was just in his garage. So go check him out, Spectrum Motors. He's on Instagram, he's on YouTube. We've got a link in the description. Nate's gonna pop it up here on the screen. So, yep, and that's gonna be it for this video. Peace out.